Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of the How to Survival series. And in the last episode we worked on this farm behind me, the Nether Tree farm, and it ended up being quite the failure. But in between episodes I managed to fix it and it seems to be working now. So yeah, that's pretty good, and I'll show you how much materials we got from the farm now. I've been AFKing quite a bit, so got a full double chest and on our way to the second, and we're kind of on our way to the first double chest here, just a bit over a normal chest worth. But yeah, that is what we've got so far from this farm, and I've just been AFKing every now and then for maybe an hour or two. So this is a really good farm, and the only time I ever had to put bone meal in was at the very start just to load it up, and I haven't even had to touch it since. So it produces its own bone meal, which means I don't ever have to tend to that aspect of this. All I would have to do is just turn the farm on and press this button, and then we're on our way. But that's not what we're doing in today's episode. We're not going to be here at the industrial district. As you may have saw in the beginning of this episode, I have finished the first layer of the tower in the city. So as you can see here, the first layer of the tower is completely finished, all sides now, and we can get to work on the second layer. But I need quite a few resources for that, so I'm not going to be doing that right away. And I'm going to have to AFK over in the industrial district for some stuff for that farm. But in the meantime, we can do one thing, and that is lay out the floor or the roof, whichever way you want to look at it, for this section here. And that's what we're going to be doing in the first part of this episode. Just going to be laying a massive, well, not exactly a square, but you know, whatever the shape is, of cyan terracotta. So I have been collecting some off camera, and I believe I've gotten the exact amount, or very close to, I think a bit over, but you know, rather be over than under, of the cyan terracotta. So it should just be in the terracotta chest, or maybe I put it in the ender chest, or maybe I've misplaced it. I don't know. Yeah, I seem to have misplaced it. That's very fun. Never mind, it is in the terracotta chest. I just somehow missed it because I'm dumb. Anyway, yeah, 3 shulker boxes full of cyan terracotta. And I did quite the number to the mesa biome where I'm collecting all this. But that doesn't matter because that is the purpose of that area. So yeah, let's get to work on this flooring here.
They said, don't fall, don't forget all the things you've been taught, you've been told. Don't blink, don't run, don't turn left or turn right or look straight at the sun. My mind's going in circles, I'm trying to fight it, getting these voices inside to stay quiet. Gone to the place where all this began, just start again. Oh, you won't see the light until the dawn breaks. No, till it's all said and done.
Okay, so as you saw in that time lapse, I have gotten this flooring done. And yeah, that took a lot of terracotta, but oddly, not a lot of time, as weird as it may seem for the size of it. Didn't take very long, about a bit over 20 minutes maybe. But through the time lapse, you might have noticed that half of it was already done. That's because the first half, the time lapse just didn't work for some reason. But luckily, I recorded it in 2 separate parts. And yeah, the second one seemed to have worked. Don't know why the first one didn't, but yeah, doesn't matter. Anyway, now we can get on to the second part. And basically the second part is a big old circle in the middle of here. And then it goes up for quite a while. I believe this is the tallest section of the tower. And yeah, it goes up for quite a while. And it uses honey blocks in the design. And you might think this is a lot of honey blocks, but I believe this is still not enough for what I need. So I have been AFKing for pretty much all day yesterday, all night while I was sleeping, and I still need more. So I've just taken this, so hopefully we can get 1 or 2 sides done, and then we'll see how much we need for the rest of it. But I do also need some concrete, so I'm gonna collect all the stuff I need besides maybe all the honey, and then get to work on building the second layer. Alrighty, so after a bit of time in the desert and AFKing, I have gotten all the resources I need, hopefully anyway, to complete this next stage of the tower. I even have all the honey, so that's pretty good. I believe I have enough for the next stage as well, but that doesn't matter. Hopefully we'll have enough to get everything done that we need to today. But yeah, it's time to start building now. So you're gonna get another time lapse. There's a lot in this episode, but hey, I hope you enjoy them anyway. So let's get on with another time lapse.
Look beneath the bed before you go to sleep. Keep on, I shine. You'll surely get burned if you reach out and touch. My mind is a battle, I'm trying to hide it. Getting these voices inside to stay quiet. On to the place where all this began. Just start again. I'll see the light until the dawn breaks. No, till it's all said and done, you won't know what it takes. Gotta make a wrong turn and turn around. Gotta fall first to pick
well, there we have it. The first side of the second layer is completed. And if I dare say so myself, it looks mighty fine. And I've just realized I've missed the block over here. That's very fun, as always. But yeah, it does look really good in my opinion, especially with the shaders. And even without the shaders, which is the way I play most of the time, it does still look good. Let's take a look at it without shaders now. Alright, here we go, no shaders. Still looks really good. The glowstone behind the honey is way less vibrant, and therefore the lighting isn't as good. But in my opinion, it still looks really, really good. And I am definitely happy with it. So now I'm just going to have to build the other 3 sides. Another 3 hours left. This whole side took me about an hour to build. And then on top of all the editing I just did, this is probably taking me close to 2 hours. So, I think I'm going to have a little break before I do the next bits. But either way, you guys won't see me do the next bits, because that is going to be off camera. Because that one time lapse went for like 5 minutes. And yeah, no more time lapses this episode. And I'm sure you won't be complaining about that. But basically, it's the same thing on every side. Then as you can notice that if I were to just rotate this 90 degrees, it would come to like here. This middle part wouldn't be filled in. And the thing that's going to go there is just like a massive waterfall from the top down to the bottom. And in my opinion, it looks really, really cool. And when I built it in survival, fish started spawning. But that was because I was in an ocean biome, more specifically, warm ocean biome. So yeah, I had a lot of fish spawning. I don't know if that'll happen here. We'll see. But even if they do spawn, whatever, and then you'll have a few dead fish here. Doesn't really matter. I prefer it just for the looks anyway, not for the fish. Anyway, let's get to work on these other 3 sides. Alrighty, so after a few more hours of work, I have finished the entirety of the thing, as you might be able to see through the sides. Yeah, it's all done, and I just noticed this weird shadow that it's casting, but that's cool, I guess. Anyway, yeah, the entirety of the second layer is done. All sides completed, and as you might have been able to see what I was talking about before with the water in the middle, this is it. It's just basically to connect the 2 sides, and I think it looks quite nice. And especially with the shaders on the glowstone popping out even more. But yeah, that is the second layer done. And then similar to after we finish this first layer, there's going to be another layer of cyan terracotta. And then we're going to build on top of it even more. But I'm not going to do that next episode because I have just exhausted myself for building. And I really want to get onto a farm, to be honest. I got a few in mind, but I will decide before next episode. So, I hope you did enjoy this episode. And if you did, please consider leaving a like and subscribing. But until next time, later guys.